What's up? Major578 here, and welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. What? So many in the past few days, I know. Well, hey man, I've been playing a whole lot of DBD. I've been getting back in Killer a lot recently, and I've been kind of expanding my horizons and playing killers I never really got into. And man, let me tell you, Ghostface is just he's out of the ballpark. He's just a totally different killer on another level. And I really mean that in terms of how you want to play him, because I guess we can all agree that if we're gonna put Ghostface on a tier list, he's definitely not gonna be on anyone, S, A, B tier list, or maybe that one guy, he'll be an A tier killer, but for the most part, Ghostface isn't, he's nowhere near the top of the strongest killers in the game. But I don't really find him to be part of the weaker killers either, especially if you play him in a specific type of way. And when I first started playing Ghostface, I really didn't do the stalk all that much, and I just played, like I said, M1 chase oriented, stealth killer. And I was playing, and I mean, I know that's a play style you can play with him for sure, but that's how I was playing as him, and I kind of just got bored with them, because of the way I was playing them. But one thing though is that I have to really thank Puffalo, who's a DBD YouTuber and is probably one of my favorite DBD YouTuber. He's doing a series at the moment where basically he'll talk to. So he's trying to get every achievement in Dead by Daylight, every trophy, right? And but part of it is that he needs to do killer games, getting adept challenges, stuff like that. And well, the thing is though is that he's a survivor main, so that's gonna be a lot tough. So he basically finds mains, like the killer mains. So say he's doing like Pyramid Head, he's gonna find a really good Pyramid Head, and kind of have him teach him how to play the killer and all that stuff. What kind of builds and strategies they got when they're going for the adept. Yada yada yada. And he did one with Hens, who is another DBD YouTuber, and if you watch a couple of DBD YouTubers, Hen don't need any introductions. I mean, if you know our Starba, you're gonna know Hens. But I think he's a Prestige 100 Ghostface main, and it's really crazy too, because when I'm playing Ghostface, man, like he's not my favorite killer ever. Definitely not. He has a bit of a slow play style to it. I mean, arguably enough. I guess it just kind of depends on the kind of map you're having, and just I guess what kind of day you're having too. But like the way you want to play Ghostface is hide and seek. And it makes perfect sense because he's a stalker, Joe Goldberg up in this bitch, right? But yeah, that was a You reference. If you haven't watched You, watch it. It's a very good show. Anyways, basically what you want to do is you want to go into stealth mode, and then you don't really want to do chases for too long. You want to do like a hit and run kind of play style. And like you're about to see me right here, and if you're not going to go for the chase, at least go into your stealth mode and try to get a stalk on that survivor. If you see on the left side of the screen, if you stalk a survivor, you'll fill up a circle, and once the circle is complete, it will turn red, meaning that you can instantly down that survivor in one hit, which is very powerful. Thing is though, you got to build it up, and if the survivors see you, then they can just break you out of your stalk, making you not stealth mode anymore. And yeah, no, this table saw me, so I just teabag her. And then yeah, and you can't stalk him, which means you can't get an instant down, and and he just becomes a basic M1 killer and stuff like that. But you know what? I like it a lot, because I feel like with Ghostface you gotta be way more strategic than normal. With obviously with most killers, if you're playing high MMR and stuff like that, you gotta actually kind of turn your brain on just a little bit, depending on who you're playing, and you gotta make predictions. Like with Pyramid Head, you gotta predict where to shoot your M2, when you're hitting people through walls. Pinhead, you gotta, if you gotta learn the box logic, where the box is spawning and all that stuff, the stuff you gotta do. But Ghostface, he's just so, you gotta think about a lot of things. The number one thing you gotta know is where the survivors are at all times, because once you have that information, then you can kind of plan how you're gonna sneak up on them, get that stock, and then try to get that easy down. But as you can see, we're at 3 hooks, 1 gen. I'm not, I don't play a lot of Ghostface, even though he's Prestige 10, and I think it's because before they changed the leveling, I got Ghostface to Prestige 3 because I really thought his Bloody Mask was cool, because it reminds me of my childhood. One Halloween, I actually got a Ghostface mask, and like they had like this little heart that was connected to the mask, and when you squeeze it, blood will come down the face, and it really reminded me of my childhood, so I really wanted to get it. And then hell, there's an actual Ghostface mask that does that for you, which is super cool. I'll put it on the screen right here, and it's a nice relic to, like, my childhood memories. One of the best Halloweens I actually had, because I remember I went to the mall with a best friend, and I was just showing everybody, hey, you want to see my blood? And you just squish, and there's the blood. So it was so cool, man. Really great. But yeah, another thing I want to actually go ahead and mention too about what I really do actually like about Ghostface, though, is that not only the hide and seek and all that stuff, but you can just feel that he's just a man in the mask, a psychotic, man in the mask, of course. I mean, he's going around stabbing people, in his lore is not any, nicer, but yeah. I mean, he's just human. I mean, obviously he has the ability to shut off his terror radius, which is funny, but yeah, and honestly I like that, because like if you notice how his hands changes position when he's like chasing a survivor compared to like when he's just casually moving around the map, it's because he has a different animation for when he's just walking around the map. He walks, but when he's actually running or when you're chasing a survivor, he actually goes into like a running mode, which I mean, it's so cool, it's so realistic. And I remember when Ghostface first went on PTB and I saw this animation, I thought, that was such a crazy detail. I'm actually like excited to see, if this is gonna be like a new feature that they're gonna start adding to DVD killer. And no, he's still like the only killer that does it, but I don't mind it though. Like I said, it makes him unique, quirky, and yes, you can also teabag, which is another great thing too. And yeah, and it's really nice that you can do that too, because so you see that the second survivor's portrait is almost complete, with the circles. That means I can just insta down her if I'm like needing to go into stealth mode and activate that thing. Then I can just teabag her, making her think that I'm actually like being friendly when I'm not, and I just stab her. And yeah, good time, man, good time. But yeah, but I just really like how, like, again, just how human Ghostface is and how scary it is, man. I mean, just, yeah. I mean, it's always been scary to go against a Ghostface, especially in the beginning of the match when you don't know who it is. I'm always the most paranoid, because what if it is Ghostface? What if he's just, looking behind the tree, just staring at me at a distance? That's fucking creepy, man. Have you ever been stalked by, like, a dude just, like, on the other side of the street? I'm actually sorry if you have, by the way, but that's just Ghostface playstyle, and it fits into his lore. And I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I said, I like the hide and seek-ish aspect. Though, like I said, Ghostface, he's not very strong, honestly. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what they can do, to say, how would I buff him and stuff like that. Honestly, I don't know if I would. I mean, maybe if the kill rate, we gotta kind of see where he is on the kill rates anyways, and see how other people are doing it. But the one thing I have to respect about Ghostface is that I think I've seen a lot of Ghostface mains, like, in numbers compared to like other killers out there, except Huntress. But you don't see a lot of Chucky mains. You don't see a lot of well, Wraith is a pretty good example of having a lot of main. But you know, Trapper mains, you don't see a lot of you don't see a lot of Twins main. You don't see a lot of Trickster main. But Ghostface though, there's a lot of people that, you know, really love him to the point where he goes prestige 100. So I have to respect that, and I might be playing more of them if I'm feeling off or I want to play a little hide and seek or something like that. I'll definitely do it. But yeah, well, that's the end of the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, not the best Ghostface match you'll ever see, but hey, you know what? I was proud of this one. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, Dracula tomorrow. Who's excited? I am. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.